Good morning. It's Fresh Cash Friday. Make sure that you have your lucky shirt on. And if you don't have one today, you should go and get one because it's Fresh Cash Friday. And I love being green on a Friday, walking away. Nothing feels better. And if a little bit of luck can help you out, well, then why not? But today I'm going to start off by saying, my goodness, I woke up this morning and I felt excited about the future. I'm not sure exactly why, but I did. I mean, I know why because we're gonna create this future that we are striving for, and I think that you should feel the same, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Here. Felt excited about the future. The future is bright. Hold on. Let me just pin this real quick before I forget, and then I'm. Well, there you go. Well, I don't know. I just felt so goddamn excited. Gotta stop using that word. That's not a good word to use, but I just felt super excited. And yeah, I'm like, today is gonna be Fresh Cash Friday. It's gonna be amazing. And overnight, we're already kind of starting to bounce from this particular level down here. Look how beautiful this particular level got. Stopped the bleeding, I guess you could say. But yesterday was not a pretty much an easy day for me. I would say maybe I was fighting the trend and I was trying to pick a bottom. So that's kind of what I did yesterday. So next time it happens, I do gotta adjust. I always say that, but it's a little bit tricky all the time. But nonetheless, look where the bleeding kind of stopped right here, right on top of these kind of wicks here. This is that next level of support here. And 57.32, we're 30 points off that support currently right now. I would be cautious on this because we are still on like sell the bounce mode, right? Like we do got to acknowledge that short-term trend. Yesterday was 1.94, the percent that we lost yesterday. So we were down 1.94. A day that red or that big has not happened since I believe September 3rd. Let me confirm for you. Yeah, the only bigger day here is when we were down 2.2% back in Tuesday, September the 3rd. So this was a kind of a rare day. You know what I mean? Like, this is the problem with me sometimes that obviously that one red day in like 2 months that is this size, I will be bidding levels of support that will fail. And this is why it's important for me to basically sell the bounce, right? I got to be able to sell the bounce on days like yesterday. But, I thought maybe that this was not going to be this big, but we are distributing from a 13-day congestion zone there. So this thing, I mean, we could still be heading on lower here. I'm going to have to, acknowledge that short-term trend. And we are downtrending for now, for the time being. The bulls did lose this battle here. So it's the beginning or the warning sign that we are potentially headed on to the downside, which is a little bit unique and scary, if you will. We got that Jenga block that failed yesterday, but nonetheless, this will end whenever a level of previous resistance reclaims, which is going to be a major one. So, for example, where we broke down from yesterday, right over here, at that point, I would say that probably this is a good low here now. So it's kind of like these over here. See how we had that top there, we broke down. Once we take back this level here, right, somewhere here. Once we take that level back, we basically have what's called now a new low down here. So it's kind of the same story here. Whenever that 49 reclaims, it's going to be probably a good low that's going to be set down here. But obviously, I'm not saying that's going to happen right now, right here. But that's pretty much how this thing is going to end. In terms of when we know we're back to bullish territory. Bulls need to do something here to get us back on line with them. Well, that's big picture. I know the small picture is what we need to trade, but for now, let's just acknowledge that we are trending to the downside. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but you got to look at it from a bigger time zone, time zone. You can't just look at it on a 2-minute chart and then be like, yeah, we're downtrending because we had a sell-off yesterday. That's not quite how it goes. Yeah. Fix this. I mean, this 60, it's interesting here. I am looking for a long. I'm not gonna lie to you. Trying to see my notes I made yesterday because this is when I was making my plan yesterday. Yeah, I'm liking this for a long. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about bidding this right now. A little aggressive, but market's gonna open it up in 5 minutes. By the way, I'm liking this for a long right now. This is a key level, that 60-63-ish. We are taking it back. I got here a little bit late, so I didn't quite see this kind of reclaim here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this long here. If it wants to fill me down here, it would be amazing. Be careful if we do open up with a little bit of chop. I don't really, because I'm looking for this trade here, I'm probably not gonna do the crystal ball indicator. By the way, be excited. It's Friday. It's fresh cash freaking Friday. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get filled down here anymore. We'll see. Hopefully we can. Got 4 minutes. 150. 125. My stuff here. Come on, come fill Papa. You know what I mean? I could be bidding 62.50. It's fine, but and the problem is my stop's still gonna have to be down here. I like this 57. This is an area where I could take a potential long here, but it's an aggressive long, but it could work out if we pop through that 63. If I long here, I know I'm better off with an entry down here. Right, there you go. I'm filled now. I'm filled. Thank you. Right before market opens on up. On Fridays, I kind of like to basically take that first trade out open sometimes and go from there. We'll see. It's an aggressive long, though. Join, are we looking for longs? Yeah, I'm already long, but understand the risk, I guess, right? But yeah, I'm already long. I'm always trying to look for longs on this choo-choo train. It's days like yesterday, they're unique, so they kind of backfire a little bit sometimes, obviously, but even right now, we could still be cautious right now. It would have been a wise idea to wait for that market to open on up, pop through that 63 first. But like I said, on Fridays, I like to kind of be a little bit more aggressive out of the gates. Well, there would have been my 60 fill. Is what I said. I wanted to get filled 60 because I know that now I got to hold through a little bit extra drawdown if in case it pops lower. We'll be doing the same on pullbacks. I think you said you caught the short yesterday, right? So you did better. Buenos dias, Antonio. This guy's at work, tuning in. I appreciate it. All right, market's open for business. Is it gonna break down and just head on back down? And yes, it did. We're still pretty. Obviously, we're still on solid bounce, I guess. This reclaim here, it was interesting to me until obviously just fast stop now, but maybe I should have waited for that extra volatility to come in. Market open. Well, good job. You caught that short. I didn't. And I'm pretty sure you must have taken profit early. What a waterfall it was yesterday. Look, I'm trying this one more time. This level is an interest of me, and that wick right through that downside there. No. See if we can pop right through it. This will be the last time I'll be bidding this level here. Pop, baby, pop, pop, pop. Stop's too large for it to be all the way down. Dun, dun. We do have a gap to the downside here as well that I just kind of realized. Hopefully we're not going to fill it right now. It doesn't look like it yet. That's what I mean by that extra volatility at open. It's always nice to wait for that market to actually open because of exactly those stupid wicks. 64, 74. We did close yesterday at 57.43. Let's just get one ripper before we actually go fill that gap. We could be getting denied at 70. We'll see. If we squeeze through 70, it will be a boner, but I'm not going to assume it will, right? Yesterday was a pretty weak day, so we got to acknowledge that. We could still be very weak on this bounce. Be cautious here because we do have a gap to the downside, and like I said, yesterday the trend did sort of reveal itself. We could get denied at 70. We could get denied, yeah, right up here at the 70 level. So if we get there, we reverse. Manage your expectations, I guess. But at the same time, I'm not really willing to short that 70. You know what I mean? I'm not. All right, come on. Let's just squeeze, baby. Squeeze. Come on, let's get this trade. And then let me walk away. On Fridays, like I said, it's a bit more aggressive, like that entry before there. It's hard to predict that this was going to happen. You know what I mean? Like these wicks here, can't really control that, right? But it's the level that really matters. We get another break below the reclaim. So the idea for the long is a simple one. All right, we're coming onto that 70 here. I have a choice to make here. It's either I lock in profit or see if we can pop through that 70. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest, but this is becoming This is gonna hit this level of resistance right now. So be cautious, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about taking profit. I mean, I can walk away green and be over and done with, but it's a small green for me because I took that other loss. So I'm gonna try to let this baby ride out a little bit more. Let's see if we can squeeze through that 70. Come on, squeeze. If we squeeze, it'll be a nice squeeze. We're hitting 70 right now. Be careful because this is resistance, as I mentioned to you. If I should have maybe locked in profit there, but I want to see if this thing has more, some more power in here. Come on, ES. Come on, Bulls. They have not let you had fun recently, yesterday. Show the Bears that, you're not quite dead yet. But as mentioned, 70 is resistance. Like if I can take profit there, I probably should be taking profit there, but I'm getting a little bit more greedy here on this pump. I think we can squeeze through this thing. If we squeeze through that 70, it could be a nice pop. We got next level up, which would be probably 72 is a key. This is a big resistance level. 70, 72. If we can squeeze through this 70, 72 level, I think we'll be looking at least at 83. Question is, can they pull it off? I don't know. Come on, Bulls. Let's do it. Let's do it, Bulls. Don't let my greed be my enemy today. Again, yesterday I was up like 700, I think, on one trade. I didn't lock in profit and then reversed on me. Come on. Come on, break this level. It's a big level, remember. It's no coincidence where we're getting stuck at. Okay, it's not a coincidence at all. As I pointed to you guys ahead of time, 70, 72, 70 at least is a key level where I could probably I should probably take profit, but I'm getting greedy on this a little bit. It's Friday. Come on, let's pump right through that 72. Pump, baby, pump, pump. Choking, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. I'm not saying we gotta go because obviously I'm long, I'm biased towards it pumping, right? But the problem is if we don't go, we're gonna get stuck here and then we're gonna reverse and then break down 60. That's the issue there. So let's just go, yes. Let's do it for Papa. Break it, baby. Break it. Break it. If we can like somehow push through here right now, obviously it's not kind of looking like it right now, but we'll see. If we could push and then turn this level into support and kind of do something like that, I'll be adding into this position. But right now I'm not comfortable adding right at resistance. You know what I mean? We could easily reverse. That's the issue here. Can it do it? Can it do it? Yes, it's doing it. The Bulls. The Bulls, baby. Push. Push, baby. Push. Push, baby. Push. Querida. I told you, I love Fridays. I don't know why. I just love it. Every Friday. Yes, I know the weekend is coming. We all like Friday. But in general, look at this. Ducking boner candles. They're happening. They're making it happen. It's Friday. Volatility comes in on Friday. You're with it or you ain't with it. It's squeezing right through it. Yes, baby, yes. Pump, pump, baby, pump. One contract. Let's see if I can do fucking 15, 20 points on this thing. Come on, squeeze now, squeeze. Oh man, I love it. The market's like a love and hate relationship. It's a beautiful thing. Told you that 70-72 was a key level of resistance. We got stuck right there. No coincidence. And then once we break it, look at this. It's a boner candle because they needed it. Oh my God. Am I really going to lock in 887 right on one contract? On one contract? I don't know. I might lock it in. I'm not going to lie. After a day like yesterday, I'll take this profit, baby. I'll take it. I'm happy with the 700. I'm done. I'm filled. I am happy with today's profits. It is what it is. I should have been probably still long because I think we're headed for that 79. But you know what? When you got the cash, you take it and you run. You take it and you run. And there's my Friday. This is what I'm telling you about that reclaim up there. It was an aggressive long, but yes, the only way I could have been better off here is by trading right at market open. The problem is, you already know what happens if I don't take this long here. If I hadn't taken it, the ducking thing would have gone up, straight up. But no, because I was long, you had to stop me out first. But that's okay. You take the little stop out, that's fine. And then it's the level that matters. Once I saw that wick here and the reclaim of this particular level here, think about it. All they did here was flush these guys out. That's all they did. Anybody who was long here, they took him out. Okay? They get taken out here. They reclaim. And, you know, traps are laid out every single day. Over here, guess who got trapped? The shorts. The shorts got trapped. People were FOMOing short here. Okay? They probably saw this also nice trend line like this, right? And this is why I don't trade trend lines, because yesterday was amazing. You saw it. We all saw it. It was a gorgeous trend line up there. But nonetheless, we were below resistance, like, you know. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, on a day where it's a more balanced market, and you know, we're not selling 2% to the downside straight down like Niagara Falls, well, more opportunities arrive, right? But when the market is moving more normal rather than just waterfalling, you can see the traps very clearly. And that 63 level was a key level for me, which was from last night. So very simple. Overnight, we broke it down. We reclaimed the level. It's that simple. And there's a gap fill all the way down to the 57.43. And this is another perfect example why you do not trade the gap fills. The gap fills get traded whenever price tells us that we're going to trade it. Look at that. We have a gap, clear gap to the downside here. We didn't fill it. If you were looking for the gap fill at open, you would have been wrecked. And as mentioned, we did have that resistance here, 70-72. Which, why? You might wonder. Well, it's right here. Look at this. This is the 15-minute chart I got pulled up for you here. And on the hourly is the same thing. Look at the hourly down here. Right at the top here, 70. Right here. You see that very clearly. This was resistance pretty much since right here. This is the hourly chart. But I took my shot with the bulls because why? There's the trap on right here to the downside. So whenever you see the trap, that means you know who got trapped, which is the bears. I'm honestly scared to move this chart up because I'm so worried as to how high we are now. And I took profit freaking early. I don't even want to move this chart up. Oh my God, we're going right to that 79. Hey, I took profit if if anybody's still long, or if anybody in general, not like you guys, or in general, whoever's long in this world right now can benefit because I took profit. If I hadn't taken profit, we would have pulled back on down. It's almost guaranteed. If I don't take profit, we're pulling back. But I took profit, so market just got up to the right to that 78. I would watch out at 79 though. 79 is going to be some level of resistance. Again, on a typical day, do I give a damn about 79? No, it's a mild level of resistance. However, acknowledging the short-term trend that we are on, which is the pullback mode, we're on sell the bounce right now. We could reverse at that 79. I'm not saying we will. I'm just simply telling you to acknowledge resistance, right? So perhaps if we get a nice little push, the pump back, the denial, then we can look for the downside here. And then at the break of 60 is when I'm thinking the gap is going to get filled at that point. So what am I going to be doing all day? Just watching to see if price can break down 60. Look for that denial there and then look for the gap fill. I'm going to wait for weakness in the market to short it, if that makes sense. I could short a resistance, but I don't know. One day of selling does not change the way I view the market in general. If today we sell down again, we break support, all right, you know, I'm being more cautious now. But one day, I don't know. I got some profit long. I love it. I love it. Amazing. You're 2-1. Sorry, you're 2 out of 2. That's good. You're more flexible than I am because yesterday on that short, I couldn't flip bias. I was beating myself up yesterday a little bit. I'm like, why? It's so easy. You know what I mean? Like, you have the first level of failure of support. Next time we get to the next level of support, I bid that level. It broke down. So we broke down 2 major levels and I was still looking long. So, you know, I got to adjust my mentality. I feel like a dinosaur to adjust my bias. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. A lot of the times it's good, but sometimes it can be a bad thing, which is why I must stay disciplined. If I have 2 trades that don't work out, I must leave, right? I think I'm done already. I mean, I did 2 trades today. Yesterday I traded, I think 3 or 4 times. I forget. I did overtrade yesterday, but I'm trying to work on that, you know, like I'm really trying to nail it down to 2 trades per day. I feel much better at 2 trades per day. And yeah. Because remember, this is supposed to be kind of a boring job, you know? Like, I know that we want to get that thrill, right? But it's not supposed to be. Market will probably chop from here out. Probably. You know what? I do agree with you there as well because it's Friday, yes. But today after like 10:30, the volume's going to dry up. And we just had a dump yesterday. Could we really pump this thing? I mean, I don't know. And the Bulls did do some good work at the bottom here. I mean, even if it does chop, you can see here, we bounced right from this level of major support here. We're kind of pushing from that. So it's beginning to look a little bottomy too. I mean, I don't want to say this is the bottom or anything, but kind of beginning to look like it. Boom. We'll see. I don't know. We do have a lot of levels of resistance that we have to worry about though. So, you know, first up is that 79. Next up, I would argue that we got to really deal with this one here, which is going to be the 5800, 5802 level. That's going to be another one, right? And this is not a bad thing. I mean, I like this because it opens up the probabilities of a potential short at a level of resistance for me. So it's good. It's good to see the market selling. It's just that I should be short as well on those days like yesterday. They're easy to predict. And I even saw the stream. I had to watch it again. I'm like, I even said at the beginning of the stream, I'm like, I'm feeling bearish. This thing is looking bearish. I mean, they're buying everything. Oh, it's okay. You make money with your plan and you lose with your plan. But yesterday I could have adjusted. I feel like a dinosaur. I feel like a grandpa sometimes here. Let's look for the low. The choo-choo train went up. Because I'm telling you, I've been here full time now for like more over 2 years now, full time. And the moment I stopped fighting the trend, which is higher, and instead of wasting my time looking for the short and looking for the long, is when I got really better at spotting these traps below particular levels of support. And then these run-ups like this, they happen. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. I'll give you the example again. Everyone's watching this pump, right? And they're all feeling whether FOMO or they're feeling like, why is this thing pumping? Like, we just sold off yesterday. We have a gap to the downside. We should be feeling bearish, right? Well, where's the beginning of this whole move? This is all one, and there goes the 79 target. My goodness, man, I took profit early. But anyways, this is all one leg. This is one trade. This is not to be traded 3, 4, 5 times. It's only one. And where is the entry? You really got to spot this thing on here. Right here. The entry is right here. Right after this wick below that level of support, we flush out these guys here. Okay. We reclaim that low there. And then up to the highs we go. And then this level of resistance here that we did know was resistance. Guess what ended up happening here? Their stops were right here. So when the market finally decides to pump, that's not a coincidence. That's because it's grabbing all that liquidity there. It has fuel now. Does that make sense? The market trapped down here, creating all the short stops to go back up here, to go back up here, and to go wherever the hell they were, right? Nonetheless, they get taken out. And then it's basically a liquidity grab. Once you stop fighting the trend and you just forget about what happens outside external forces and things like that, you can really focus on what really matters, which is price. Not 1 day, it's 2 weeks. You do got a point there, Antonio. You do have a very good, valid point. But what I would say here is this. So you can see this was the distribution, right? This is the reveal of the trend. But I would argue that this here, where we got stuck at resistances here, we were flagging basically at that point. Like if you delete this, okay, all I see here is a trap to the downside here, which did get us moving back up. But then once it failed, the move revealed itself that we're trending lower. So these days here, I don't count them as really like, you know, bears or bulls winning. Rather, they are chopping, they're congesting, they're accumulating. And then if we had broken up, well, then that means that we are trending up. We broke down, so we are trending down. Now, look at this. This is the daily chart. This was another flag we had here. We held support, we broke up. Okay, so the trend is up. Same thing to the bottom here. This one did break down, but then very quickly basically recovered, right? So it's still a trend to the upside. Like, yeah, we broke down. But I would say that these days here, they're just congestion days. They're accumulation. But yeah, you do have an argument. I mean, you could view it your way as well. Well, yes, it's about 2 weeks worth of getting denied, right? But for 2 weeks, we also held too. So, oh my gosh, right through the 79. Why did I take profit? You guys know if I hadn't taken, oh my gosh, if I had not taken that profit, I guarantee you this thing would have probably pulled back and then, I don't know, chopped around or something. Duck. Look at that V though. This thing is even looking, it even looks like a V. goodness, look at that thing. Unreal. Boom. That's the V for victory lap right there. But this is the key here. You gotta see that bottom there. This is the key here. You have support. You have the flush. You have the reclaim. That's it. What V? My goodness. All the way to the 79. Beautiful. If you're not trading these little traps here, these traps, you should look at them. It's the beginning of the moves. Look at it. It amazes me every time because it always looks the same. And to the upside is the same thing, just backwards. And then this is my issue sometimes. You see how we're pumping, right? Let's say we pull back to this 70. It is it is a long here. We can turn this level of resistance into support. That's gonna be the game, right? Problem is, I'll see the bounce. I'll miss it, whatever. I'm not home or whatever. Plays out again. And then I take the long here at the third time. Obviously, at that point, it could easily fail, right? But because of, it's hard to basically say that we're going to fail now. I do end up taking those sometimes, and that kind of screws me. If it ain't the first time, don't play it. You know what I mean? That's probably going to be my first rule now. My new rule. You don't want a used up toy. You know what I mean? A used up level. Make sure you're looking at the traps, because if you're not, you're probably the one getting trapped. Yesterday the bears got me. Okay, maybe they deserve a little bit of a more mean bear on my thumbnail for next week, because they caught me. Close your ears, little bull. Close them, okay? Close them. They caught us yesterday, okay? But it doesn't matter. So this pump is getting a little stretched, but without a pullback. If we do pull back, what the bulls would want to see is obviously that 70 hold. 70, 72, but I would say more like 70. I'm already done on my day. I think I'm happy with that. All this is one trade. One. Until this thing ends, meaning with a pullback, this is all still one trade. But even if it does pull back, as long as we hold 70, we simply continue higher. So, but this is where you want to be. Right here. Right at the beginning of that pump. Look at this. I can only imagine how many people were looking for that gap fill this morning. That gap fill, we had the trend line break there, the bear flag, I guess, or whatever the hell they look at. That stuff. Ugh. I mean, I kind of got screwed here with this little wick too by being a little impatient, but my stops are pretty tight in general, and yeah. There was no trap set up first. But once I saw that trap afterwards, I'm like, okay, this is a long instantly. Long, baby. You gotta see that at the bottom. I mean, I know I keep talking about it, but look, it's the beginning of the move. Like when I was starting, I would be like, how the fudge does this happen? Like, why does this happen? I was just shorting here, it was working, and then boom, it blows in my face. Why? You gotta understand levels of support, levels of resistance. We're struggling at 79. Why? Why are we struggling here? Why isn't it pumping any further? Well, we got to acknowledge it's a level of resistance. Why did we get stuck here at first? Why did we get stuck at 70? Because it's a level of resistance, right? I'm done. Got my profit. Amazing. Amazing. Wrapping it up already. I love it. Have a good weekend. Enjoy it. You got a cat picture, so have fun with the cat. Enjoy it. Spend it with the loved ones. Weekend. And it's still going. Nope. Reversing. Oh, by the way, thank you for tuning in. I know you're leaving now, but there is that free Discord community. If you're not in there, you can join for free. Never gonna be billed anything or charged anything for it. This morning, I won't lie, I kind of slacked. I didn't send my plan out this morning, so my apologies there. But and I was late a little bit too. But yeah, if you're not there, this is your infomercial for the day. You can join, and it's free. Come here and share your ideas if you have a better idea or whatever, just in general, an idea. And you can read our ideas as well. It's an authentic community where we want to try to grow as traders. It's that simple. Getting stuck right at 79 right now. This is, like I said, becoming a little bit stretched right now, but we do got to acknowledge 79 is a level of resistance here. It's parties all weekend here now because of Halloween, I guess. Well, we don't celebrate Halloween here. Well, they don't give out candy or chocolate, put it like that. They do like parties and stuff. On the community later and on Twitter, I'll be sharing some videos that some things that I'm gonna go see. They really put in work here for those things. Like apparently later on today, the one I'm going to, they're gonna be leaving out of the cemetery, and it's all these mystical things, right? Like that are gonna be. It's like a parade. We parade, I guess you can say. They parade, and yes, they're giving out other things for free there as well. But the main thing is celebrating, I guess, the Day of the Dead, as it's called here, the Dia de los Muertos, right? We're celebrating the dead. And I mean, Halloween is the same thing, but I find Halloween in Canada, it's more like, giving a trick or treating and stuff like that, right? Here they take it seriously. We even have a holiday for the Dia de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead. So meaning nobody goes to work. These are really holidays, national holidays, okay? So basically, it's a holiday for you to go see your loved ones at the cemetery, because supposedly, I think it's November 1st to the 3rd or November 3rd. I forget exactly which day. It's when the dead do come back. So a lot of these people, they go see their loved ones, and you can bring something that your loved one, when he was alive or she was alive, something they like, you know what I mean? And you can leave it there. And supposedly but yeah, so they're gonna be leaving out of the cemetery. It's gonna be a lot of pretty cool stuff there. So Antonio says he chart now is that we are in the pullback move, side of the move. It's looking like it, Antonio. It's looking like it. Resistance is working. See what I mean? Like, if this thing does end up pulling back from there, I'll be, excited, because I can trust, that next level of resistance. But typically, I don't know. I think I'm probably one of the most bullish person on YouTube, I swear. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but even this pullback here, I would not short 79. I would probably like to wait to see what happens at 70. The 70 could be a potential long if we kind of dip there, and we'll see. But here it's a national holiday. Did you definitely seriously fast? Good. Yeah, I was long right here. I was long. Where the hell was I long? Let me find out for you here. I was long at 62. So right here, 62, right there. And because I mark it in, right? Like sometimes my fills aren't the greatest. I could see price at like 61, and I'm filled like 61 3/4. Especially when the V forms. I'm telling you, the V, man, it's the V's. Look at it, it's still going. No, but I really did trade that. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of my entries. Like, it's not that I take a loss because they're besides like two trades or like a couple of trades where it obviously does go against me, right? But a lot of the times I find that I'm just the greedy one. You know what I mean? Like I can see price bouncing and not really wanting to go, and I'll refuse to go break even. I'll refuse it. Yesterday I was up like 700 on one trade, okay? 700. And I didn't lock in shit. I lost the trade, right? So at that point it's like I'm telling you this, I'm sharing this with you so you don't do this, right? But I'm at that mentality where I'm like, I'm trying to level up, and I'm trying to push from that $5,000 per day to getting to that next level. But I don't think it's gonna happen by expecting a larger move like this every single time. Rather, I need to go in heavier in my entries because I can trust my entries, right? So I need to go in heavier in my entries and then lock in profit as the charts go up. And then when it starts to pull back, I just take the break even on the runner. You know what I mean? So to your point, I do notice that too. Like my entries are pretty spot on. Like and I'll be in the green all majority of my trades, but I just won't lock it in or break profit or break even. I do appreciate that feedback though. If you notice that my entries are pretty good, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Oh my goodness, it just keeps on going. Oh my gosh. Right now, I would still not be looking for a short like I mentioned. I wanted to see what would happen at 70, but we did not get there. So you know what I mean? This becomes an aggressive long, extremely aggressive long. And in fact, in here, I think we're just kind of guessing at this point. Oh my God, it's going higher. This whole thing is all one move. This is what I need you to understand. Please, if there's one thing you can take away from this stream, it's just that this whole thing is one move. One. Where does it begin? Right here. If this thing had pulled back to the 70, taken the long, it would have still been one move. We're just playing multiple times the same trade, if that makes sense. If you traded here, it's the same trade. However you want to look at the market in here, it's all one real move, one trade, which starts right here. So my focus and my attention should be understanding and basically getting in here. This is, right here. This is the money. This is it right there. Not here. You're already late to the party there. You know, you're showing up when everybody's already drunk. So you're late already. Can it continue to go? Absolutely. We're still going, right? But this is where we want to be. This is when the party's already warmed up for you. And you're right on time right there. The V for victory, it's still playing out. My goodness. As I said, I'm still not shorting this. I would not short this until there's some type of trap to the upside or we break down 60. Then I'm shorting weakness. $88 is another level of resistance here coming up. I would say like 88 to 90, really. Watch out here. 88 to 90 is the level of resistance, so be careful. I'm not saying we're going to reverse here, you know, but you do got to acknowledge that there is resistance sitting up here. Kind of the same thing here. You see how we ahead of time knew that this thing was probably going to struggle here. Well, it did struggle until it broke through, right? And this is why I love technical analysis, because you can kind of know ahead of time what price could be doing at what levels. If we're getting stuck at 88, again, it's going to be no coincidence, right? We should be taking profit at 88. The only way I could probably ride this thing longer and better is in terms of, I guess, being long with the trend. I could still be long right now. I would be long still. Probably on micros, you know what I mean? The problem is with minis is that they're big contracts, right? So the big contract. With the minis, you know what I mean? I can take like 20 of them and then take 10 at 70, take 10 or 5 at 79 and then leave 5 running. But with minis, there's no way I'm taking 20, you know what I mean? That's crazy. I want to get to that level. I'm gonna get there. I will. I know it's already done. It's already out. It's already done. But first, obviously, you need to build more padding in your accounts, and you need to size up slowly. You know what I mean? 2 contracts is kind of where I'm stuck right now with minis. I'm not really comfortable with jumping overboard with like 5 and so forth. But that's the evolution of a trader, I guess. Any trader who trades 20, they can tell you and they will tell you that they were trading 1 at one point. You know what I mean? They didn't just trade 20 one day or 10 accounts one day and they, you know, no, it's really a mental fight. The moment you change like from 1 contract to 2, it's a big difference. Big difference. It's an emotional state that becomes different. Even from when I was trading the micros to trading the minis, I felt scared. I'm like, not because I didn't know what I was doing, but well, I mean, I didn't know as much as I do today, obviously, but I was like, you know, 1 stop out now, it's 150. It is no longer 1250. You know what I mean? 10-point loss on the day, it's no longer $50. It's now $500. Oh my gosh, it just keeps on going and going. Why did I take profit? Wow. Oh my god. Because then my problem is once I take profit, I don't want to get back in. I mean, and why would I? Because what I'm preaching here is that I want to be in the front of this move. You know what I mean? I don't want to be here. Like, I mean, yes, today worked, but we could have easily pulled back here. You know what I mean? Like, this is the setup here, man. This is the hint to where trend wants to go. And I mean, the hint is pretty clear. Oh my gosh, we're going straight up right now. This is why you don't look for the gap fill. Look at that gap fill. I bet you people woke up looking at it. Something else actually I was thinking about yesterday. I do want to say this. So on days like yesterday, I get caught on the wrong side, right? There's a few days obviously I get caught on the wrong side. But transparency is always going to be key in my opinion, right? I don't really ask anybody for anything. I don't. But what I want to basically show here is that I was watching some, and I'm not going to say who or anything, but I was kind of snooping around. And I noticed that a lot of people, they delete streams. So meaning when they do good, they leave it up, obviously. When they do bad, they kind of delete them. And I'm wondering as to why they do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't delete nothing. You can go on mine and you can see the day yesterday, before yesterday, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 3 months ago. Like, they're all there. As long as I'm streaming, it's all there. So a lot of people, or some people that I was kind of seeing, they have a few gaps in between in the weeks, and I'm here wondering why. You know what I mean? Did they take the days off, or are they deleting them? And I don't know. And another thing is, you see all my entries. This is all entertainment purposes only, okay? But you do see all my entries, meaning there's no way I can actually hide any of my trades, whether they're good or bad. I mean, it's all here, right? But sometimes I just see some people, and then like they'll pop in the chart that, when they're in a trade. But how could you know that, that other person hasn't been trading the whole time and just losing? You know what I mean? It just creates the wrong environment, I think. Trading is meant to be 1-2 trades per day and you're done. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Trust me, it was so hard for me to wrap my head around that theory. I used to think that trading, no, of course you're wrong. Like, you need to be, in the market to be able to spot these moves, right? You need to trade in order to make money. Well, no, you need to do some homework in order to make money. You need to understand why the market moves in order to make money. You're not going to be here buying here because of an indicator. You know what I mean? You need to understand, why are we still pumping here? Why is this 60 here such a key level? Why are we going up? You know what I mean? Like, there is a whole lot of reason why we're going up. When is this move going to end? I don't know. But what I do know is that it's going to get stuck at a level of resistance, likelihood trap above that level, and then reverse to the downside. Which level it's going to be, I have no idea. I have to wait until price tells me, right? If we squeeze like this, come back, this could be the beginning of the reversal, right? This is a relief bounce. I would not say that we're, bullish now. We're going to reclaim yesterday. We're going to go to all-time highs. Not yet. I'm holding my horses back. This is still a relief bounce. Short term, the bears have the ball. But they need to come in quickly and, make one of these levels work, because this is, getting a little bit worrisome for them. We're already basically more than halfway back up yesterday's breakdown. Can you imagine they take it back? Look at this. This is today already. Can you imagine we go like back up here? That would be hilarious. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm just saying, like, that would be pretty funny. Like, I don't know. We're trying to make predictions now, so. Trust me, 2 trades per day is plenty. All this trade here is 1 trade. It's 1. Don't go shorting this thing. There's no reason to short this choo-choo train right now. Como longs are better off. Look, I haven't got into another trade. We have not pulled back. Like, even here, I'm here watching and waiting to see if maybe we can, do something off 88. We have not pulled back. This thing's going straight up. I'm already long. I was already long. I'm happy with today's profits. This is the money right here at the bottom. If you're wondering, if you're not sure, that's it right there. That is the trap right there. There are videos on my channel, all for free. You know, you can see them. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, go back into the charts like yesterday, right? Go see where we reversed and stuff like that. How did it look? Go into the days, go into last week. We had plenty of V's last week. When did they happen? How did they happen? They all look different. They come in different shapes and sizes. Today's was a wick. Sometimes it could be 2 candles. Sometimes it could be 3. I don't know. That's why it's so important for you to only care about the level, not the pattern, not the candlesticks. It has no meaning how the candlesticks move. Price is what is king. Because think about it. The buyer who was buying here, right? Whoever it was, do you think that they're buying because this wick? No. Do you think they're buying because there was a doji candle here? No. Likelihood, somebody was piling on here, accumulating long. I don't know. Then they drop it here. They get back above the 60, and there you go. The point is simple. Someone is buying. That's what I want to get across here. Someone is doing this. The market doesn't do it because it feels like it. You need to understand why you're trading. This is an auction. Someone's winning. Someone's buying. Someone's selling. Whatever price is printing right now, it is the real price at which contracts are trading right now. So if I was a buyer and I'm wanting to buy millions of these contracts at 60, I'm going to want to accumulate 60, 65, 58. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to accumulate millions of contracts right at 62. You can't just mark it in that order, right? And then this move is going to end whenever they start taking profit. But that's what changed my whole mindset on this. Someone is doing the buying and selling. They can manipulate this thing. And we ain't the ones doing it. So the moment we just step back, we look at the trap, we stop fighting the trend, we can go with the trend. Big picture trend, we're still on an uptrend. Very good. But short term, we are on pullback mode. I know it doesn't feel like it with this massive pump. But that's why I was long at the bottom there. Because it was a trap to the downside. Oh my gosh, come on, man. I wanted to get a second entry long, risk some of my profits on the day, but nothing. Nada. There's no pullback. Sorry. Can't really long here. You know what I mean? There's no way I would short this. Not even with a 10-foot pull, I would short this thing. But I can't really long either because there hasn't been enough of a pullback here. This is when I was a new trader. My old self would have done good in this. Why? Because I would have probably just FOMO long here for no particular reason. I would have just got long right there. I did it, okay? I'll sit here. I'll own it. I'll be a man about it, and I'll tell you. I used to FOMO long these all day. I wouldn't care. I'll be like, okay, right here, long, baby. Long here, stop here. That's very wrong. But I did it, you know what I mean? Like, I did it. I really did do that. And then it would pull back like this, and I'll be like, shit. Mother duckers. They had to wait for me to get long. Or right here, I would be long here. This thing squeezes. I knew it. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius for taking this long right here. Look at it. It pumped. Not anymore. All right, I think I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna continue on the chat on the Discord. I might trade Power Hour. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what kind of action, how the market plays out all day. But yeah, I'm gonna be bringing the conversation over to the Discord community right here. And again, it's entirely free. You're never gonna be billed or charged anything for it. If you want to join, all you need to do is create a Discord profile. I don't know if you have one or you don't, but yeah, you can join here and yeah, you can chit chat, I guess, or whatever. Bring your levels. Bring your trading to the table. Maybe you can learn something. Maybe we can learn something. Goes both ways. But the goal with that community is to be an authentic community where we're all trying to genuinely grow as traders, help each other out, bounce ideas there. Why not? You know what I mean? I'm going to be leaving. I'm happy with today's profits. The trap played out. If you didn't trade it, I mean, it's okay, but just try to spot them. Like, as this is really gonna be that major difference, I would argue, in trading, in your trading. It can help you a lot. This is entertainment purposes only, but based on this entertainment, I see that trap that consistently plays out, and then these V's that happen like that, it is no coincidence. So I'm gonna walk away. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, it's Fresh Cash Friday. If you want to grow the stream and you want to help me out with growing it, you can hit that like button. It will probably, get the algorithms to push it towards more people. So another great stream. I appreciate it, Ebnar. I do appreciate it. And today's win comes really good, especially after yesterday. I did kind of get trapped. The bull got trapped yesterday, but it's okay. Today we're nailing it, so it's fine. Every day is different. We got to understand that. And when it's just not your day, like yesterday, I should have just walked away after that second trade. But nonetheless, we live, we learn. I'm a human being. And you know what? We are getting better one day at a freaking time. So today is Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I love ending green. I don't know why. But yeah, enjoy it. Have a good weekend. Spend time with your loved ones, with whoever, whatever makes you happy. Do that. You know what I mean? Don't just beat yourself up in the head. Whatever happened this week, let it go. You need to leave it at the door. You know what I mean? That's one of the greatest advice that I've ever given when it comes to trading. As soon as you open this door, well, now I have an office. Before I didn't, but well, I will have the past, I would say, year and a half is when I really had my own like office. Before that, I was not really with my own private space all the time. But now, as soon as you basically leave or whatever your house, you need to let it go. Everything that happens here stays here. I don't care if you made money today or you lost money today. You need to leave it here. Because if you go outside with a smile on your face because you made money, you're going to bring a sad face when you lose money outside. You need to leave everything here at this computer. You know what I mean? If you want to smile, pat yourself on the back before leaving, do that. But don't leave and feel good about it or bad. Just be neutral about it. You know what I mean? Know that you're improving. Feel good about that. But don't look at the money. That's the key thing. You can feel proud of yourself, of course. Be happy that you're getting better, but don't be looking at the dollar figure. Don't be like, I'm happy because I made $500 today. Like, that's not gonna be a healthy way to be happy about your trading. You know what I mean? You want to be, okay, today I nailed the trade. I saw it. I'm happy about that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm improving as a trader. I can feel price action moving in particular manners. Like, you will build that relationship with the market, right? So feel good about those things instead. Know that you're improving. Don't take the money, don't look at the money and that is your radar of happiness. You know what I mean? So enjoy your weekend. Thank you all for tuning in once again. We're going to be taking the chat on the Discord. I do appreciate it. I would have traded again, but there has not been a pullback. You can see we're still pumping. So I took profit way too freaking early, of course. But don't die always. Anyways, I am done.